That is how you compete. That was playoff football, all 60 minutes. That's what it's going to take moving forward, too.
Rainbows, and he's got Watson!
Touchdown! Pressure, in trouble, hit and dropped! It's Micah Parsons again!
You know it's going to be a battle every time you come in here, but I was really proud of our players. This was a playoff-type atmosphere, and to be able to come in and win on the road is big for us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, presented by Software One. Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, this week you have the Bears coming to town. They've won 5 straight and 9 of their last 10. And along their road, people were questioning whether they were for real or not. And then they go to Philly and spank the Eagles pretty good, and there is no question now the Bears are for real, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They do a great job, really in every phase, and then they've won a lot of tight games, and I think that's usually a mark of a pretty good football team.
The headline act against the Eagles for the Bears was the running game. 2 100-yard rushers and 281 yards rushing overall. When you look at it, what are you seeing?
Yeah, that's pretty hard to do, especially against a really good Philadelphia defense that we saw earlier this year. I just think they do a great job of mixing their run schemes. I think they've added a lot of talent up front and on their offensive line. Their tight ends block, their receivers block. So it's really a culmination of the collective of all 11 doing their job, and you see the results. With
Devontae Wyatt being out, I would imagine it'd be safe to assume you need Carl Brooks, Colby Wooden, Warren Brinson, and Nazir Stackhouse to really step up.
Yeah, all those guys. I mean, Devontae, he's been playing at a really high level. It's hard to replace that, especially this time of the season. So the onus kind of falls on everybody, just raising their level of their game.
The Bears are plus 17 in the turnover ratio, number 1 in the league. And they're also number 1 in takeaways with 26. When you watch them, are they living a blessed life, or is it showing up in their play style?
I think it's all of the above. I think they've capitalized on other teams' mistakes, which is what good teams do. They got great ball skills amongst their second and third levels, so you got to make sure that you are throwing within the rhythm and the timing of the passing game, and you got to make sound decisions, because if you don't, they're going to make you pay. And you also see it in their play style, their ability to attack the football and punch it out. There was one on the tush push where Wright just rips it away from Jalen Hurts. So they have the mentality, the mindset that they're going to go attack the football.
What are you seeing from quarterback Caleb Williams in his second season?
Yeah, he's playing really good football right now. I think he's doing a really good job, which is the most important job, of taking care of the ball and then capitalizing when he gets his opportunities. He's a tough guy in the pocket to get to and to sack. I mean, he's making people miss and, running out of sacks and making off-schedule plays with his legs, whether it's running downfield or throwing the ball in the air.
Matt, if we could, let's go back and look at the big win over the Lions now. And when we were shooting the show prior to the Lions game, when it was all done shooting and we had just got done talking about the Lions, you sat here and as you got up, you said, we can get this done. It's going to be tough, but we can get this done. You were right, mister.
Yeah, it's what it's all about, finding a way. And I think there were moments through all 3 phases of the complementary football that we're always talking about. Look at the second half, them coming out, going for it on 4th down, our defense making the stop, and then 2 plays later, connecting with Christian Watson on a big 51-yard touchdown pass. So I think that was some good moments of complementary football.
Could you elaborate about your work on 4th down on both sides of the ball? 3-0 offensively, 2-0 defensively, because after the game you said that was the key to the game.
Yeah, it was the difference, totally. And I think it was just great execution by our players. Can't say enough about the game Dontayvion Wicks had. and his ability on a 4th and 2 to make a really tough catch in the end zone for a touchdown. And then obviously the last 4th down as well, coming up with that play, kind of climbing the ladder, losing his shoe in the process, and Jordan's ability to hang in there under heavy pressure and give him a ball that he could go make. And then the other 4th down was a touchdown pass to Romeo Doubs. We really capitalized on those big moments and did what we needed to do. And then defensively, getting those 4th down stops obviously proved to be critical.
Another thing that was key to the victory was your work controlling and keeping Jahmyr Gibbs under wraps. Now, he was coming in averaging over 6 yards a carry, coming off a 219-yard rushing game, and you guys hold him to 3-4 carry and 68 yards. Pretty well done, huh?
Yeah, our defense was flying around, and it takes all 11 to do that because he's such a dynamic back. There were times when he made us miss, and luckily we had other people right there to kind of corral him. He did get loose on a couple runs, but all in all, I thought our run-stopping defense was playing pretty well.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, Dontayvion Wicks. Don't go away.
We go through them scenarios in practice a lot. Just trusting that preparation you put in. I knew they was going to pressure, so I knew I had to do it fast. And I knew I had the angle to the ball, so I can go up and make the play.
Love looking off his back foot, throws the left side.
Yes!
Dontayvion Wicks
Yes!
makes a leaping catch. There is your dagger.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Nicolay Law, the law firm winning for Wisconsin. Amplify Health by Bellin and by Johnsonville.
This is Josh Jacobs, and for My Cause, My Cleats, I'm supporting Lines of Life. We came up with a design. It's real trippy, but I liked it. One part of my family is Filipino and the other side is Cherokee. A lot of times, on the reservations and things like that, it's a high suicide rate, and so I want to shine light on that community and the things that they go through on a day-to-day basis. I think My Cause, My Cleats is very important for the NFL because there's so many things out there that gets a positive light, that get shined on, that need help. It's not always just like, breast cancer. There's so many other forms of cancer. There's so many other forms of, homelessness or any type of subject that I think that, may not get as much light as it needs to. So to be able to go out here and represent them, I think that that's a positive thing.
Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Brew Pub, lots of matzo pizza. Dontayvion, against the Lions, you matched your career highs with 6 catches and 2 touchdowns. Don't be modest. Was it your best game as a Green Bay Packer?
I would say, yeah.
It is caught! Oh, Dontayvion Wicks!
It's Thanksgiving. Everybody don't play on Thanksgiving. The whole family watching, just playing on that day and playing the first game and, showing out and getting the win is always big time.
Could you give me a first-hand account, your perspective of that first touchdown catch?
I seen the safety, but, I just had to make the play. It's a 4th down. It's a play that, is an op. So just capitalizing on my ops, that's, the biggest thing.
Floating for the corner. Wicks, he is! Yes, he's in!
Your second TD catch. What would you say was the degree of difficulty? Because the margin for error from the outside looking in, kind of zero between the throw and the catch.
Going out is always harder when you're trying to turn back to the quarterback to even adjust and see where the ball at. I just got to get to the outside, and Tim made a hell of a throw.
Glove looks, got Wicks diving for the pylon, and a touchdown. What a catch by Wicks.
The catch that iced the game. Did you know Jordan was going to you with that football?
We go through them scenarios in practice a lot. Just trusting that preparation you put in. I knew they was going to pressure, so I knew I had to do it fast. And I knew I had the angle to the ball, so I can go up and make the play.
Dontayvion, you guys are 8-3-1. You got the Bears coming to town on Sunday. What's important right now for Dontayvion Wicks and the Green Bay Packers?
It's a battle of the North. It's a big game. We know they leading right now. And this game gonna help us control our own destiny. So we gotta come out, compete, and play complimentary football. And I think we'll have the best chance gaining the lead in the North.
I'm thankful for each and every one of you, bro. Go dominate today. All that we've been doing from the offseason, our offseason training camp, all that. Put that to work today, man. Dominate, let's do it, man. Hey, dominate on me, dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3. Dominate. Come on, baby. Got to make love with this ball right here, boy. Got to do it. Make love with that ball, that's all I want to do.
And Goff takes the snap under pressure. He was hammered. Oh my goodness. Xavier McKinney came on the blitz.
Let's go! Baby, let's go! Let's eat! I wish he held it a little bit longer. Yeah, me and Doug. Go, Coop!
Micah Parsons gets double teamed. Goff though still in trouble and sacked anyway.
Come on! Turn me up! Yeah, Mike!
And this Turkey Day goes Green Bay's way.
Nah, I'm gonna get some turkey at the crib, dog. I'm good, dog. I'm gonna get one at the crib.
Welcome back. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. Fun on 4th down. The Packers had plenty of it in Detroit. 4th and 3, Dontayvion Wicks goes in motion, and Brian Branch goes with him. The Lions are playing man coverage. And when Dontayvion begins his route, watch how crafty he is. It reminds me of Devontae Adams. He almost saunters off the ball like he's stalking Branch, and then the quick, explosive cut to the outside and up. Now look at the Lions' coverage. They've got Branch here, and then they have a safety beating cheeks over the top. The margin of error for this throw and this catch, basically zero, but the Packers get it done. Let's look at something from a different angle, and that's something is Zach Tom. He is working against Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions' version of Micah Parsons. Went against him most of the day. Watch that. The feet, the hands, the body position. He totally shuts off Hutchinson's rush to the inside. Hutchinson had no sacks and no hits on Jordan Love. And now for that no margin for error throw and catch. Right foot down, left foot down, touchdown. You got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with that. Now it's the Lions with a 4th and 3, and they're running a power type play at Micah Parsons. Micah shucks the tight end aside, and then he does the same to the pulling guard. Goes right through him to Jahmyr Gibbs and stops him dead in his tracks. Micah is quickly joined by Isaiah McDuffie, Keyshawn Nixon, and Colby Wooden. You talk about hats to the ball. Not so incidentally, the Packers hit the bomb to Christian Watson 2 plays later. And now the 4th down that iced the game. Jordan Love was not sacked against the Lions, but he did get hit on this play with Aleem McNeil right in his face. Somehow, some way, Jordan gives his guy a chance to make a play, and his guy makes it. The Packers turn the tables on the Lions and dominated on fourth down.
That's what it comes down to, is just going out there, executing, and those gotta-have-it plays, and we made plays tonight, everybody.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, Software One, and by Fox Communities Credit Union.
This is Matthew Golden, and for My Cause, My Cleats, I'm supporting Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Oh, yeah, these nice, man. I like these. They did a good job. I like the details, too. Sure. The white make it pop out a little bit, you know, with the yellow laces, and you can really see the wording real good on the cleats. So I feel like, you know, they got a good little view to them. You know, when I was 6, my best friend, which was my cousin, you know, she died in a car accident going home, and I've always been against drunk driving, and I feel like it'll be special. So, you know, that loss, you know, is definitely still with us. Just a lot of people that go through stuff, and you know, I feel like for us in the position that we're in, we can support those around us. So yeah, I feel like it's very special for us to give back.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Fabic Cat, proud sponsor of the Green Bay Packers. Time for game changers and difference makers. And Matt, in a big-time game, you need your big-time guys to play big, and against the Lions, they certainly did. And I want to start with Jordan Love, 4 touchdown passes, and just clutch throw after clutch throw.
Yeah, he made a lot of big-time throws throughout the entire game, and nothing more important than that last fourth down. Like I said, he was under heavy pressure, and his ability just to get that ball off and drift away and throw a ball that Wicks could go get was pretty impressive.
And how about Micah Parsons, 2.5 sacks, a bunch of other plays, and 2 of those sacks come in the fourth quarter. When you need him the most, he plays his best.
He certainly does. He's our closer, and we're fortunate we have a guy of that caliber that really tilts the field in your favor.
Micah Parsons steps up big, while Aiden Hutchinson, their version of a creature, had kind of a quiet day overall, and I think one of the big reasons for that was a play of Zach Tom. He faced Hutchinson more than anybody, and as per usual, Zach just goes out there and gets the job done.
Yeah, Zach is so steady, so consistent, so reliable, and that was a tall task to take on him consistently, and for the performance that he did, I thought it was a winning performance.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Nicolay Law, the law firm winning for Wisconsin. Time for the last word from the coach. And Matt, this is more an observation than a question, but you guys are doing exactly what you have to do. You are getting better week by week, game by game. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the goal. Certainly you want to get better each and every game, and sometimes those outcomes don't reflect that. So you just got to stay steady, you got to stay consistent, you got to stay committed to the process, and I think our guys are doing that.
Thank you, Matt. Best of luck against the Bears, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.